honestly, I'd be tired if I came home from school.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to the Animation Revaluation podcast, everybody. I am Lizer, and with me, as always, are Jay and James. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. How's everyone's week?
Long, tiring.
Sounds like a good night. Long and tired. Hell yeah, man. Let's go. What were you
Can I
doing?
get a hell yeah?
Yes,
That was the most unenthusiastic hell yeah.
I'm tired, guys.
I feel
I completely understand.
Yeah.
But
But other than being tired, is everyone alright?
yeah, I mean, I watched the snow melt from my window for the past
Nice.
couple of days because of the rain.
Uh-huh.
That was one thing. Another thing, it fucking was cold as shit.
It's still cold as shit.
That snow, it's like hotish balls here.
I need the springtime to come. I need it to
Deadass.
just be.
It's like around the corner.
You sure about that? Because sometimes
I
it
think
it don't want to cooperate.
I mean, technically, it would be spring, but the weather will still feel like winter. Unless you live over here, then it's like
What's happening?
sunny every day, all day, every day.
Oh shit. Albert Wesker, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you.
My
Oh,
God.
wow. My God.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wait, I think that puts me. Yep, that puts me past my
Your goal.
my
Sub
sub
goal.
goal. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. It was a team effort. It's like
I mean, technically, he's not wrong. 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone has gifted this sub. Like, actually.
Who could have done the other 5?
Like, you did 5. He did 5, and Jay did 1.
It was a team effort.
Let's
I'm
go.
proud of it.
Hey Jess, thank you. But let's get into the actual. I'll celebrate that later. Let's get into
The
the
meat and
actual.
potatoes of today's stream.
Yeah. Wow, dude. On the podcast, they give 5 subs, and one of them goes to Celeste.
Wow.
That's kind of funny. The irony.
Oh man. Yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's do this.
Sir.
So, James, you have the floor, my good sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. This is Jackie Chan Adventures. It's an animated series that revolved around a fictional version of the action star Jackie Chan.
Who's
He
that?
started. Oh, you don't know who Jackie Chan is? He's the guy that started in. If you ever seen Rumble in the Bronx,
No.
City Cop,
No.
Drunken Master.
No.
What about the Rush Hour movies?
No.
Oh, okay. He was well known back in
I'm racist against Asians.
Ooh. This is Lizer's last.
Yeah, this is your last stream, bro.
This is his last one.
I already got the Twitter thread ready.
Oh no.
He reached his goal. They took away his affiliation.
Oh no.
Okay, anyways,
I had a picture of Jackie Chan saved. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It's gone now.
is this the old? Was that picture an old one or is OG?
OG. I mean, not OG. OG was young, but like around the time that he was doing the show.
Yes. It's still relatively old.
Yeah, I think he did this show when he was like in his 30s.
He did not look 30.
Maybe older than that.
I can't tell, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm bad at judging ages, to be honest.
was well known back in the day to do big, dangerous stunts in his movies. He was actually in like I remember seeing like he was in a what was it whatever Steve Harvey is. He was
What? What?
he was like he appeared as a guest star, and he was saying like I guess Steve Harvey showed him like a picture, like I guess like it's like these like it's like are you saying like you broke every single bone in his body? And he was like, yeah, I practically broke like every bone in his body, and he has like a hole in his temple, like literally in his like around like that temple like on the top scully area.
Top
He-
scully area.
I don't know my quadrants.
Quadrant.
Whatever.
Could have just said like human anatomy or bone structure.
Yeah, that would have been good. But he would say like he broke every single part of his body, like, but he always said like they're broken but not broken, because like it was just mostly like scratches and bruises just from all the stunts he was doing. Like it was crazy the stunts that he did. But even like after all these things, like he still like never like it never stopped him from making like all these movies that he's in. And even in the show, like it's pretty much.
I was gonna say, when are we gonna get to the Jackie in the show and not the real Jackie? Like, I appreciate it, but okay.
I know. I'm getting there. Yeah. Even this. When. God, you just messed up my. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Let me. Okay. In the first episode, you see him in Bavaria giving this tour to some tourists of some old temple.
Who do we see in Bavaria?
Jackie Chan.
Oh.
Do either of you have a picture? Yes. Perfect.
You know he's not played by Jackie Chan?
Yeah, I noticed right away.
I didn't know that as a kid. And again, I've always been fucking dumb.
I mean, you would, like, at the end of the first episode, he'd always do, like, this, like, what would you describe it? Like, a little...
Wisdom
like,
from
it's
Jackie.
It's a question.
Yeah, wisdom from Jackie.
Yeah.
So, like, you would hear his voice, and then you would hear, like, the cartoon voice. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, as a
I
kid,
never
was
paid
like,
attention to that. The only thing I remember, and even watching these 5 episodes back, is he was talking about doing stunts, and he was like, yeah, and I want everyone in the theater to be crapping. And I was like, oh. He wants everyone in the theater to start crapping for him.
What?
He was trying to say clapping, but he said crapping, and I lost my shit.
Oh, God. There's another similar incident that he also goes, but I will mention it later. But it involves a stewardess at an airplane thought he was doing something inappropriate, but he was just on his blanket, just rubbing his finger, and it was a little misleading. But in the show in Bavaria, he's touring some tourists at an old temple, and I think I might have mentioned it. He is an archaeologist, so he knows his stuff around a temple. And he accidentally stumbles accidentally stumbles on a shield with a rooster on it. And then you find out later it's the rooster talisman. And when he brings this shield back to I believe it was San Francisco.
Yeah.
He's followed by a secret organization called Section 13 and another organization, a criminal organization called the Dark Hand. Both are interested in what Jackie got from Bavaria. And on that same day, Jackie meets his niece, Jade. It's his niece from Hong Kong, from, I guess, from his cousin that he'd even know that he had.
How does that make her his niece?
I don't know. I always found it weird, like, when my cousin has, like, kids, like, I don't know, like, am I their cousin or am I their uncle? I always find it weird if I say, like, I'm your uncle. Like, I'm not your uncle. I'm not your brother's dad.
Yeah. I'm your mother's brother's father.
I think it was. I think it's supposed to be like your cousin's first remove.
Yeah, that's what it should be. This is my niece.
I was like, you're my removed cousin. Anyways, I didn't mention it, but Jackie lives with his uncle, who you don't know his name, but his name is just Uncle. I don't think I ever found out his name. I don't think it really matters. He's just Uncle, and I don't know if it was just Jackie's. I believe it's just Jackie's uncle, but then Jade also calls Uncle.
I just realized I never put up a picture of Jade.
You didn't, or Uncle.
Jade.
Oh, that's it's yes, definitely. Especially in the later seasons when you see her in the future, it looks.
Dude, spoilers. There's Uncle.
Where did I leave off? This is so I didn't mention, but Jade came from Hong Kong for a year because her parents sent her to America because she was just, I guess, like acting up, like in school and like in general. So they just pretty much sent her to America to kind of straighten up.
Yes.
And then around this time, this is where you kind of find out that Section 13 is a government organization that is, I guess, it was kind of like similar to like Interpol and CIA and like that, kind of like the FBI, but it was kind of like specialized in more in like stopping criminal organizations.
Their shield. He even looks like freaking Samuel L. Jackson, but white.
Oh, that's right. Yes, he's pretty much like Shield, pretty much. And then I guess Jackie knew Captain Jack like years ago.
Captain Jack.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did I say Captain Jack? I'm sorry, Captain. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a show about Captain Jack. I'm sorry. No, Captain Black. He knew 7 years ago. I think it was like 7 years ago. Jackie knew him as a Interpol guy, but he was actually that was just a front. He was actually like doing Section 13 even when him and Jackie met. And then you find out that the Dark Hand is led by a guy named Valmont, and pretty much this organization has been known to be involved in every criminal activity in existence, apparently. And then both the organizations are after these 12 talismans, but like these 12, the Dark Hand wants them for like a specific reason, and then the Section 13 just knows like, well, like if they want it, it's probably a bad reason, so like we're gonna stop them from getting it. And then I did mention earlier that the talisman was a rooster on it. That's because pretty much the whole show revolves around
Cox.
Yes, that is one of the animals on the Chinese zodiac, and that's what it's about. Each episode is about a certain talisman, a certain animal on this Chinese zodiac. Can't talk to that. Chinese zodiac. And then on this episode, you find out that these talismans, like, they're magic. And the Dark Hound God, the notes are so bad. These 12 magic talismans belong to this evil dragon called Shendu, and who is imprisoned in this statue forever unless he's stuck in all. Oh my! I can't. Oh my god! I apologize. I can't write or anything.
Don't apologize. Why you have to be sad?
Okay, so that's Shendu, and pretty much he got imprisoned by his subjects, And one the spells that lock him away is pretty much it took out all the powers from him, and each of those slots would be a talisman. And then if he has all 12, uh, then he'd be free to pretty much do all the evil stuff from us. And then in the first episode, you find out that the Rooster Talisman has the. Oh, actually, no, it's not the first episode. The second episode, you find out that the rooster's power is the power of flight, and pretty much, in that episode, Jade found that out because I guess they were at a restaurant and she accidentally like eats the talisman, which was in her soup. And then in that episode, the Dark Hand tried to like gut it out of her, but they managed to like escape from their clutches and whatnot. And then they just pretty much lock out the talisman on in section 13. And then the next talisman ends up being in Mexico in the hands of a wrestler named El Toro Fuerte.
Yeah.
Totoro.
And in English, that'd be the Strong Bull. And the talisman is on his mask, in which he wrestles in Mexico, and he's known. I guess he was just known to be like the greatest wrestler, like going on right there.
Yeah, to the one person who talked about him.
Yeah, Paco.
Yeah.
His one and only big follower. And then pretty much Jackie goes undercover as a wrestler trying to beat El Toro in the wrestling match, but he epically loses, and you find out that he lost because El Toro Fuerte, you would think he's just like that good of a wrestler, but it's just because he had the Ox Talisman, and the Ox Talisman gave El Toro Fuerte super strength, so that's why he never lost. So like, he, even no matter like Jackie tried to like get it from like without fighting, El Toro Fuerte was like, no, I never what is he? El Toro Fuerte never removes his mask. It's like what he always says.
Yeah. Because he's a luchador. That's like their honor.
Yes. And pretty much the Dark Hand, since like Jackie's unable to get it, the Dark Hand takes it away from them. And I don't think I mentioned earlier, but Shendu, being a dragon, all, but I think they called him a demon sorcerer, at least like because he's not just a dragon. I guess like he's just like a demon sorcerer because he can just do other stuff apart from just being a dragon. He has kind of like this. What would you call them? Like some minions, but they're like shadow ninjas that kind of serve under him. So alongside a big hire that the Dark Hand has, that is like this big sumo guy that they have named Toru. They managed to take the talisman away from El Toro Fuerte, but even like against all odds, like they still are able to get the Ox talisman away from the Dark Hand, and then they get another talisman. And then in the next episode,
Can I take a guess?
yes, you can.
In the next episode, they find out about another talisman, and then they get it, and they fight the shadow people, and then they win.
Yes, it is a very repetitive trope that they've done, where even I was still enthralled about it as a kid, but like it just like every episode had that consistency of like, you know, good, like good being good, and then bad doing bad stuff, and then good beating bad. And
It's the Scooby-Doo formula.
yes, it's good. I didn't know that was what it was called, but yes,
I mean, that's what I'm calling it.
the Scooby-Doo. I like it. it pretty much it follows the Scooby-Doo formula very, very hand to hand. So like in that next episode, uh, it pretty much involves around a thief who I guess wants to steal a pink puma from a museum, and coincidentally in that same museum there's a talisman also locked up in it, which ends up being the snake talisman.
To be clear, the pink puma is a diamond. They don't have
Was it a diamond?
They don't have an
Yes.
actual puma in the museum.
No, it's just
It's a big pink puma. Okay. No, it was I wasn't sure if it was like a ruby or sapphire that was like pink, but it was yeah, I guess it was a diamond. And pretty much on that episode they kind of like, since both are having their own objectives to steal stuff, it has that classic, it's like, oh, like they get in the tussle and then they like two of their bags look very similar, and pretty much the big old swapperoo happens, and they end up having the big puma, and she ends up having the talisman, and then like Jackie tries to like get it back from them, and like he gets arrested and goes to jail, and then she realizes that she finds out like the talisman is actually magic, and has the power of invisibility, and her being a thief and all that is actually like a very, very handy power to have.
Yeah, it's broken.
It is very broken for a thief. So like she ends up using it to break Jackie out of jail, so that she can get the pink puma, but she ends up double crossing Jackie and taking both. But Jade, who is coincidentally always around Jackie no matter where he goes, takes the pink puma from her, so she ends up having a counterfeit of pink puma, while she has the talisman, so they end up in the same situation as later, and then she gets jumped by the dark hand at her place, and then they get like in a tussle, and then like they end up like on outside of her house, like on like, because her house is like, what, it was like on the 4th story I believe, and then like a parade is nearby, so they ended up like tussling on a parade, and then Jackie ends up like saving her, and she ends up having a change of heart, and like you guessed it, they get another talisman.
Wow, crazy.
And in the next episode, does anyone want to guess what?
Oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat, man. Oh boy.
Oh, in the next episode, it revolves around a Galapagos turtle with a talisman on it, and that talisman is the rabbit talisman.
Fast as fuck. Boom.
And like you guessed, the rabbit has the power of super speed. And in this episode, they pretty much they go hard on the tortoise and the hare saying, and
Yeah.
it's just a lot of like wacky and doodle. And there's even a guy that wants to eat the turtle called Carnivore, and I thought it was very. I don't want to say original, but it's just like very.
I hated him. I hated everything about him.
I never liked how like he would just drool.
Yeah,
Like,
it was fucking weird.
yeah.
And he's also a cannibal.
He not a cannibal.
He is, because Jade thought he was gonna eat her. She's like, he says that he doesn't eat children.
Oh.
He doesn't say he doesn't eat people. He says he doesn't eat children because there's too many children, so they're not rare enough.
You're right. I never picked up on that. Interesting. That changes everything. I hate him.
Oh,
He was my favorite character, but now not anymore.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't know, I mentioned it earlier, but this show actually came out 22 years ago, in the late 2000s, for anybody that watched it. And it actually has a total of 95 episodes.
Yes, 5 seasons.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So like, it actually like did pretty well.
It ran from 2001 to 2005.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even know. Like, it didn't feel like that was long. I feel like it was short. And then, like, I see that it was, like, 95 episodes. Like, was it 95 episodes? Like, I only remember, like, like, the first 2 seasons, to be honest.
It's because it starts getting, like, crazy after that.
Yeah.
Like, the talismans become, like, secondary to everything else that happens. They're still involved later on, but it's just bullshit.
And we only watched the 5 episodes, so I still wanted to list the rest of the talismans, because to me, like, the talismans were always like it's really what brought the show like together.
Yeah,
And then,
list them off and tell us the powers.
So the first power is the sheep talisman.
Nice.
And
That one attracts Scotsmen.
Astral projection.
Jay gets 5 points.
We're being scored?
Yeah. You didn't know.
Oh,
But Jay is winning by 5 points.
I don't want to win.
Okay, you lost 5 points. And pretty much, if anyone that didn't know what astral projection was, is pretty much
Projects astrals.
Yes, essentially. What is astral projection? It projects your astral.
My God.
Whoa.
It pretty much, it shoots your consciousness out of you, and you're pretty much to go and do whatever you please while your body just stays wherever it's at.
Mm.
And the next talisman I want to bring up is the dragon talisman.
That one I actually don't know or remember.
They didn't really explain it, like what the actual what it was, until later. Like, they just knew, like, it gave you the power of a dragon, so you're able to shoot some big blast beam.
Fucker fireballs.
But I guess it was like the power of combustion. But like, when I think of combustion, I think of, like, I don't know, like, I think of something different, like when like things like instantaneously like turn to fire. But I don't know.
Instant, like, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I also think of like Combustion Man, but like, I don't know. But pretty much, like, you would just shoot a big dragon blast out of your hand. Do you have something to say, Isaac?
I put up the picture of Jackie Chan, and I just like the way he's posing and everything. I can imagine him just breaking out into song, going, "Super Idol."
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I just keep staring at it. I'm losing my shit. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Okay, the next talisman is the dog talisman.
Oof.
Which I always found this. I always loved the dog talisman. To be honest, like that was like one of the first favorites that I had, and that had the power of immortality.
Wait, I thought we had to guess to get points.
No, I don't. They also didn't tell you the rules. That's another 5 points off you, Lizer. I skip every other one.
But you did one before that, so this one should have been. I'm gonna fucking remove you from the server.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the next one. I promise. You guys will guess. And I guess it was not also the power of immortality, but I think it also gave like the power of like vitality. like I don't know how to describe like vitality. Like it just like gave like the user kind of like not like youth, like kind of like however I guess youth would be just be the best word to describe it, because like you have like that energy. If you remember when you were young, when you were just full of energy.
No.
I well at one point, if you don't remember, because you're so old, and um, it's at least during the episode, just because it was one of my favorites. I remember like hand back, like Uncle ended up having that power, and it made him feel like he was like how Jackie is right now, like how because Jackie, pretty much how Jackie is, how Uncle used to be, and then with age, it's the way that he is like today.
Grumpy.
Yeah, he became a grumpy man. But like in that episode, you find out he actually likes being a grumpy man. Like he got it was he at that time he enjoyed being young, but like it is a lot of energy, and he just
I feel
likes
that though. Like I can't wait to be a grumpy old man, yelling at
know,
people to
like,
get off my lawn while I reach for a shotgun.
it's kind of like those like whenever like I see that Batman reference, like you grow up want to be I'm sorry, you grow up you want to be Batman, but you end up like relating more to Joker, in a sense. And I thought I was like, like when I was young, I wanted to like be Jackie and do all this stuff, but then like later on, now like after rewatching it after 22 years, I'm like, man, like I really like Uncle. Like
You always said you
Uncle
wanted to
just,
be Batman, but when I shot your parents in an alley, you cried about it. Fuck, bitch.
another 5 points. Jay is up 5 and Lizer's off by what was it 20? Let's just make it 20. It might be 15, but let's just round. The next talisman is the pig talisman. What do you think the pig one is? It should be super obvious. It relates so much to pigs.
You become huge.
Beg to get stepped on.
What?
Ooh,
That's the wrong pig.
Oh.
that is actually very close. Very close. It's actually laser eyes. It gave the user laser eyes.
Okay. Yes. Everything I've always wanted.
This was one of the few talismans where I
Laser
was
eyes
like,
and get stepped on? Fucking nice.
yes, like when you get stepped on, you see like those little like triggered red eyes.
God.
That's what I thought of.
I don't like this
I
anymore.
was like,
This is evolving.
This might be the last episode of the podcast, guys.
you say that every episode.
It's the tagline. It's the animation revaluation. This might be the last episode.
And I guess the only good description I could give to what this talisman is, apart from just saying laser eyes, it pretty much it made anyone who wore it like pretty much like Cyclops from X-Men.
Oh, fucking lame.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Where? Damn it! Ooh, I skipped a few.
Minus 30 points for each one you skipped.
Oh, how many? I skipped 2. Oh, yeah, 2.
That's 60 points.
All right. The next talisman is the rat talisman. What do you think we were talking about rats earlier. What power do you think the rat talisman has?
It gives you the power to die after 2 years, apparently. Unless you're domesticated.
What do you, Jay? What do you think?
You get tiny.
Ooh. I think Lizer is the closest. 5 points for Lizer.
Let's go.
It actually gave the power to bring inanimate objects to life. So pretty much, if I had to give an example, I just got like this Totodile yesterday. Like I was just like Like,
Fuck is that?
it's a Pokemon. And if I put a rat talisman in it, I would have my very own Pokemon.
You own a
Just like
fleshlight.
that is, I would never do that to Totodile. I do.
I'm not saying anything about Totodile. I'm saying you had the rat talisman and you own a fleshlight.
I never said I owned a flashlight.
But I'm saying if you did, you can order one.
That is a scary image I didn't expect to think of today.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have nightmares. The next talisman is Jesus. Is the horse talisman.
Oh, I know what this one does.
Okay. What is it?
I think I've said enough yabe stuff on stream today.
I'm just gonna go and say that the horse talisman gave the power to heal any affliction and injury.
Oh.
So I mean, this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's not what I was gonna say.
It was just a healing talisman. The next talisman is the monkey, and that power pretty much gave you the power to turn you, yourself, or any object into an animal. But like if it was like an inanimate object, it'll just like that object would look like the animal, but it won't become the animal.
Oh.
But if it was like a living thing, that living thing would turn into an animal of whatever it was. Which I found pretty crazy. Because like if I had that power, I'd turn into like a cat or bird or something.
You can choose what animal you turn into, or is it like random?
No, you say the name, I believe, of the talisman. Like you say like the animal you want to be or whatever you want to turn, and then you just point it like kind of thrust, I guess.
It's
the way they
fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Pteranodon!
Pretty much. They say Pteranodon, it shoots, you see a Pteranodon right in front of you.
Oh,
so like
shit.
I guess that was pretty much I you know what? 15 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
That brings you back to 0, and Jay still leading with what, 5? I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I don't like this game.
And the last talisman, I think I unless I missed one, I don't think I did.
I haven't been counting.
Because there's 12. The last talisman is the tiger talisman, in which coincidentally, if you guys didn't know, was this year's animal of the Chinese zodiac.
I didn't know that because I'm not Chinese.
It's also the mascot of the Bengals, who are going to the Super Bowl next week or 2.
I also didn't know that because I don't watch sports.
Yes, this is true. Definitely worth mentioning.
Is it?
Yes, go Bengals.
I'm gonna cheer for whoever is against the Bengals.
It's alright because I'm cheering for both. Because one's my home
He's
team,
bisexual.
Exactly. I always win. And that power actually gave the user the power of yin and yang. So pretty much whenever that power activated, it spreaded the talisman into 2, and each half, your whole self would get split into 2 halves: your light side and your darker side.
Oh yeah, I remember Leather Jacket Jackie.
Yeah, Leather Jacket Jackie, and he took the sunglasses from one of the henchmen.
Yeah.
Look even more bad, and he had like
Was it Ratso he took it from?
yeah, no, the other, I don't know his name.
Finn?
It's Finn. No, was Finn the Scottish guy?
No. Finn is the one in the white suit.
Yeah, that's the Scottish. He's Scottish, I think.
Is he? He talks like a freaking Italian.
He might be Italian.
Bada bing, bada. How do you confuse?
He has red hair, and I feel like he does go in like to Scotland. And
It's a cartoon. He has red hair.
It's very straightforward, this show.
Here's Ratso.
It's the other guy.
There's a third one, but he never talks, so...
He does talk, but hardly ever.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a voice actor listed.
He does. He does talk a bit, but not as much as Ratso and Finn.
Yeah.
So I never bothered mentioning him, but like he is one of the key three stooges. Like I was saying earlier, so pretty much you get split like your good side and your dark side, but pretty much your dark side isn't necessarily bad or evil or anything, because no, like everybody has good and bad in them, but it's just pretty much you need both to bring balance to each other. And during that episode, it's just crazy. But I will not go into that, and that's as far as the talismans go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know you said you wanted us to watch 12. Did you watch 12?
I watched up to the beginning of the second season.
So you watched 13.
Yes, I watched 13 because I was kind of saying like what I forgot what they did after the talismans, and like after like they beat Shendu.
Spoilers.
Oh, what do you expect? It followed the Scooby Doo tactic, or what'd you call it? Scooby Doo conspiracy? No, not conspiracy.
Formula.
Formula. There you go. Scooby Doo formula.
So you watched all of season 1. What about you, Jeff?
Watch 7.
7.
Yes.
Nice. I watched 5 literally right before the podcast. Like I came home from work and I put Jackie Chan Adventures on and I just sat here until 5 episodes passed.
I mean, it's very binge watchable. At least I'd say. I don't think you guys mentioned what talisman did you guys end up liking? Like I know you.
As
You
much
had
as I
only been-
remember of it, I know that the dragon was pretty pog, and also the I think it was the rooster.
Yeah, the flight one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that one's actually telepathy. It's not
What?
just flight. Yeah.
Oh
It's,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was also like telepathy.
Minus 300 points.
Yeah.
You literally just went through them and I can't remember what you said. I'm so tired.
I mean, back then I always like picked like I back then I was kind of into it, so like I ended up remembering which animal was my year. So like mine's the monkey. So I
Oh, like the year you were born?
Yeah.
Mine's the dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I think my favorite talisman out of the ones that I saw, the first 5, probably the ox.
The ox is pretty cool.
Yeah.
El toro fuerte.
Do you know your animals?
I don't, but I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, like for me, like I always liked the dog, but like I also like I was very creative as a kid, so like I know like they did an episode about it later, but like you could stack the talismans if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, if you were like actually carry like them, like you could stack. So like if you had like the rabbit talisman with like the ox talisman with like the
You just
rooster
become a
talisman,
freight train.
you pretty much become like Superman, like you were saying, like a freight train. You're like invincible.
Which is a good
So
show.
I am the year of the rabbit, actually.
Wow.
Stupid.
The rabbit, the dragon, and the monkey.
That's why I've heard a story about that.
Stretch. Alright, Jess, I'll stretch.
Like they're as the three of us, to be honest.
What happened?
I do see you as the dragon.
Why?
I don't know. Like if you actually like see like because usually like if you're born, at least like you would, if you look at the Chinese zodiac and see like, oh, if you're like this, if you're born with this animal in this year, it's kind of like with like those like astronomy things where it's just like, oh, you're an Aries, so you always act like this. So like the Chinese zodiac is like a similar thing. It's like, oh, you're the monkey, so you're kind of like so and so. So I'm like, I do see you.
Okay, I guess he's the year of the robot. James, you died. Tech issues. Woo! I want this over with so I go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
I lost audio.
Yeah. Good now? Yes, no, maybe. I heard him say I lost audio and then he's fucking gone again. I thought we were gonna have a scuff-free episode, but I guess not. EN curse. I don't know what happened, Jess. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
F in chat for James. James, type in the podcast text channel, not in general, the text channel. Can you hear us? Are you okay?
Uh-oh. This ain't good.
Wait, no, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh God, I don't know what happened. My gosh.
Could you hear us at all?
No, I saw your bubble. I like halfway through. I saw your bubbles moving. I'm like, oh no, I can't hear a thing. And then I checked. I just went on YouTube. We played a random video. I didn't hear anything. I'm like, oh no. And I was gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this at 8. To be honest, it's for me rewatching it. I did appreciate it a lot, but I don't think it aged well.
No.
But like the nostalgia of me rewatching it was like everything.
Season 1 didn't age well.
Yeah. Like I think after I started getting to season 2 at the beginning, and that's when it actually like kicks it up a notch.
Because it changes up from like every episode being, oh, we need to get the talisman, oh, we gotta fight the shadows, oh, we got it. It actually starts to develop more of a cohesive storyline and plot elements.
Yes, and so that like you said, it was pretty much I'm tired. I can't. Okay, I'm tired.
I feel you, bro. I felt that.
Okay, so would you guys rate it? Jay, let's see you go first.
Simply put, I give it a 7. Didn't age too well, nor did it really hold up to what I thought it was. Cause I used to think this shit was the best fucking shit I ever saw.
Right? like I would like wake up like 7 in the morning on Saturday every time.
Yeah.
Shit's so fucking cool. Me
And then
rewatched it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? It wasn't terrible though. I've seen worse.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
But nostalgia factor, 7.
Yeah. like just nostalgia itself. Like if you watched it, like
Yeah, I think the nostalgia factor kind of carried it though.
Yeah.
like by itself, it like brings it to a 7 for me. Like the 8 is just because like I was just like, oh yeah, they did do that. Like oh yeah. What about you, Lizer? What would you rate it?
Before I give my rating, I want to say, how come I always gotta go last?
Because you lost, and Jay won by 5 points.
But that's only for this stream. Every stream I go last. I feel like there's some racial thing happening here.
You're overthinking it.
It's because I'm Jewish.
No,
Yeah, I give it a 6.
it's a 6.
Yeah. It's carried mostly by nostalgia and like me knowing that it eventually gets better in the later seasons. Season 1, you can basically skip season 1 if you were gonna sit down and watch this show.
Yeah.
Like, we basically told you everything that is important.
Like they get all the talismans.
The future seasons are definitely like the bread and butter
Yeah.
of this series.
There's a dragon.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. There's like
There's
a
not
buff
just
one.
one.
Yeah, the dragon, like he's not the only. Like
Yeah, Shendu's not the only one.
Yeah. And then there's like
there's 12
villains that
others.
become friends and stuff like that.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shendu has sisters, I think nephews, brothers,
A son, I think.
a
Sisters, you
son.
said.
Yeah. Oh god.
I was born in
Yeah.
the year of the dragon, so
Okay.
I'm looking for some of that Drussy.
Why couldn't you just say it normally? You just had to. Oh, why?
What's wrong with Drussy?
There's no flow to it. It doesn't even sound right.
Dragussy.
I'm speechless. That's all I gotta say.
Baddragon.com.
Another horrible image. I can't.
Sponsor me,
Yeah,
Bad
yeah.
Dragon. Sponsor me.
What?
So, so that was today's podcast.
Wait, I gotta say what next week's gonna be.
Now there is no more.
Get me out of here. We're done.
You guys really don't want to know?
No, let me know
Huh.
what did this show? It's or maybe unless you wanted to do the show that you picked prior to watching Jackie Chan. What is it?
Listen, I decided like 2 minutes before the podcast started what my show was gonna be, so.
The show.
Yeah.
I planned my stuff like. I mean, I planned to make this episode like 2 months ago.
I mean, I usually think ahead, and then I'll change my mind a couple times, but I was super busy this week, man. But how do you guys feel about time travel?
I hate it.
It's overused.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, we're
Like-
watching Erased.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
You guys are assholes.
what?
I don't feel appreciated in this relationship anymore.
I
I'm gonna
in an
move on.
earlier
I'm gonna get
in the-
myself some Dragussy.
on an earlier episode of a previous podcast.
Last
I
time
ha-
on the Animation Revaluation podcast.
I have mentioned my feelings about So Said series, and you cooked me. So now I am cooking you.
Oh.
I literally don't remember anything about you mentioning this series, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I can be an asshole and be like, I did it on purpose. No, I really don't remember anything about you mentioning this
I
show.
remember specifically. I was super excited. Like I was like, you should definitely watch it. It's like very, very good. And you were like, oh, it's probably lame. Look, it's stupid. It's not stupid.
I was probably fucking with you then,
probably-
because I
you probably
know
were, yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know exactly what it's about. I know the entire storyline,
I know.
so I don't know. But it's something I did plan for a while, and I just kept putting off. So I might as well. Like literally 2 minutes before, like we went live, we were all in the call together already. And I was like, oh shit, I need something. Remember, I was like, oh, it's my week, right? And you guys were like, yeah. And I was like, oh fuck. Just type real quick. It's like,
It
Google
is definitely
erased.
good from what I remember. But I don't know if 5 episodes. I don't remember if 5 episodes would do it justice though. But I know
Episodes.
in general, it does get pretty cool.
Yeah. It was when you were announcing the Halloween episode. Oh.
Yeah. Who said that? Did you find that out, or did someone in chat tell you?
Just said it.
Oh.
Nice. Alright, well. I'm off to dream of Dragusi.
I'm just gonna go. Goodbye.
Any closing remarks, guys?
No.
Fuck it out of here. I've had enough for Friday night.
About to expose these fools. They're trying to act like I'm the only one who does shit like this. About to expose them, bro.
I picked this months ago because I wanted to show appreciation to the Chinese New Year, which was a few days ago, and I was just hearing fireworks just left and right.
Yeah, man.
Flowers.
Gung Hee Fa Choi.
Yeah. So it just the way the timing worked, like ended up passing it, but I really wanted, like, when I thought Chinese New Year, I always think Jackie Chan. I was like, I grew up watching Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, yeah.
Jackie Chan. Where's the talisman? Alright.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Smell you later, fuckers. Bye.
Sayonara.